My dear students, welcome back to our channel. In this video, I will be explaining the B.Ed second semester subject Sociological Foundations of Education as prescribed by Osmania University and other universities of Telangana. We will go through the important questions and answers one by one. Let's begin with a quick revision. Unit 3 first important short question is: define social change. Social change means a big shift in the way people think, live, and behave in a society. It happens when old customs, traditions, or systems are replaced or improved with new ideas, values, or technology. It can be slow, like changing attitudes towards women's education, or fast, like the sudden rise of online learning during COVID-19. Example: in India, years ago, many girls were not sent to school. But with awareness, government schemes, and laws, this mindset has changed. Today, girls are studying in schools and even excelling in higher education. Why it matters? Social change helps society grow, become fairer, and solve old problems. Education, laws, science, and social movements often lead to these changes. In short, social change is like upgrading society's version, replacing old habits with better ones so everyone can live a more equal and modern life. Next important short question is: 2. What is modernization in education? Modernization in education means updating the way we teach and learn to match today's world, technology, and needs. It focuses on moving away from old, rigid methods and using modern tools, ideas, and skills to prepare students for the future. It includes using digital learning, practical skills, critical thinking, and updated subjects like coding, environmental studies, and global awareness. Example: earlier, students only learned from textbooks and blackboards. Now, with smart classes, online courses, and interactive videos, learning is faster, more interesting, and accessible to everyone. Even in remote villages. Why it matters? Modernization makes education more practical, creative, and job-oriented. It connects students to real-world problems and prepares them for careers in a competitive world. In short, modernization in education is like upgrading from a basic phone to a smartphone. It's still about communication, learning, but in a smarter, faster, and more connected way. Next important short question is: 3. Write any 2 attributes of modernization. 2 attributes of modernization. 1. Use of technology. Modernization brings advanced tools into education, like computers, tablets, projectors, and online learning apps. This makes learning more engaging and helps students access information from anywhere. Example: instead of only reading about space in books, students can watch 3D videos of planets or even take virtual tours of NASA. 2. Scientific and rational thinking. Modernization encourages students to think logically, ask questions, and find solutions based on evidence, not just follow traditions blindly. It helps them face modern challenges with confidence. Example: in science class, instead of just memorizing facts about water purification, students are taught how to actually design a working water filter. In short, modernization in education means smarter learning through technology and sharper thinking through logic. Like upgrading your brain's software to the latest version for the modern world. Next important short question is: 4. What is social stratification? Social stratification means dividing people into different layers or levels in society based on factors like money, education, job, caste, or social status. It is like the steps of a ladder. Some people are at the top, some in the middle, and some at the bottom. It is not just about income, it also includes power, respect, and opportunities. This system can be open, where people can move up or down through education and hard work, or closed, where movement is limited, like in caste systems. Example: in India, someone from a poor family can still reach a high position, like becoming an IAS officer, if given good education. This is upward mobility. But in history, caste restrictions made it harder for people to change their position. In short, social stratification is how society is layered, and education often acts as the elevator that helps people move to higher levels. Next important short question is: 5. Mention one link between democracy and education. Link between democracy and education. One strong link between democracy and education is that education creates informed citizens who can participate in decision-making. In a democracy, people have the right to vote, express opinions, and choose leaders. But for these rights to be used wisely, citizens must understand laws, rights, duties, and social issues. Education gives people this knowledge and also teaches values like equality, tolerance, and respect for others' views. Example: if voters understand the importance of clean governance and development, they will choose leaders who work for public welfare, not just personal gain. This keeps democracy healthy. In short, education is like the backbone of democracy. It trains people to think critically, respect diversity, and take part in building a better society. Without educated citizens, democracy can weaken. Next, Unit 3. Long questions. First important long question is: explain the meaning of social change and the role of education and teachers in bringing social change. Meaning of social change. Social change means a shift in the way society is organized, how people think, and how they behave. This change can happen in values, customs, laws, education, technology, or lifestyles. It can be slow, like change in traditions, or fast, like adopting smartphones. Social change aims to improve living conditions, promote equality, and make society more progressive. Example: the move from child marriages to legal minimum marriage age is a social change that improves the lives of young people. Role of education in social change. Education is one of the most powerful tools to bring social change because it 1. Spreads awareness, helps people understand their rights, duties, and social problems. 2. Builds critical thinking, encourages questioning outdated customs and adopting better practices. 3. Promotes equality, educates everyone, regardless of caste, gender, or religion. 4. Encourages modernization, introduces new ideas, technologies, and problem-solving methods. Example: education about gender equality has led more women to join the workforce in India. Role of teachers in social change. Teachers are the changemakers in classrooms and beyond. They 1. Inspire students, motivate them to think beyond personal gain and work for community welfare. 2. Model good values, show honesty, respect, and empathy in daily interactions. 3. Challenge social evils, teach against discrimination, corruption, and violence. 4. Encourage civic participation, train students to be active in democratic processes. Example: a teacher encouraging students to plant trees and run cleanliness drives can spark environmental awareness in the whole community. In short, social change is about moving society towards fairness, progress, and better living. Education spreads the knowledge and values needed for that change, and teachers act as the guiding force to make it happen in real life. Without education and teachers, social change would be slow and incomplete. Next important long question is to discuss the meaning and attributes of modernization and explain how education contributes to modernization. Meaning of modernization. Modernization means moving from traditional ways of thinking and living towards more advanced, scientific, and progressive methods. It involves adopting new technologies, modern lifestyles, better governance, and open-minded social values. In simple words, modernization is like upgrading society from an old version to a new one, just like updating an app to get better features. Example, moving from using bullock carts to tractors in farming is modernization in agriculture. Attributes of modernization. 1. Scientific thinking. People start believing in facts and evidence instead of blind faith and superstitions. Example, using medical treatment instead of relying only on traditional healers. 2. Social equality. Promoting equality between men and women, all castes, religions, and communities. Example, girls getting the same education opportunities as boys. 3. Technological advancement. Using modern tools, machines, and digital technologies for faster and better results. Example, online classes replacing only blackboard teaching. 4. Democratic values. Respect for freedom, rights, and participation in decision-making. Example, voting in elections and expressing opinions freely. Role of education in modernization. Education is the backbone of modernization because it changes the way people think and act. 1. Spreads scientific knowledge. Schools and colleges teach science, technology, and problem-solving skills, replacing outdated beliefs. Example, awareness about health, sanitation, and nutrition has reduced diseases in rural areas. 2. Encourages innovation. Education inspires creativity and inventions, leading to economic and social progress. Example, engineering students designing low-cost water filters for villages. 3. Promotes social mobility. Education helps people move to better jobs and living standards, breaking old class or caste barriers. 4. Builds global awareness. Students learn about other countries, cultures, and global challenges, helping them think beyond local boundaries. In short, modernization is about improving society's way of thinking, working, and living. Education makes modernization possible by equipping people with knowledge, skills, and values needed to face modern challenges and adopt progressive changes. Without education, modernization would be incomplete and slow. Next important long question is 3. Analyze the concept of social stratification in the Indian and Western context with reference to education. Meaning of social stratification. Social stratification means dividing society into layers or groups based on factors like wealth, power, caste, class, or status. These layers decide people's opportunities and privileges in life. In simple words, it is like a ladder in society. Some people are on higher steps, some on lower ones, and movement between steps can be easy or difficult depending on the system. Social stratification in India. In India, stratification is deeply influenced by the caste system and economic class. Caste system. People are born into a caste that traditionally decides their occupation and social status. Although legally abolished, caste-based discrimination still exists in some areas. Economic class, income, education, and profession now play a bigger role in deciding social position. Example. In earlier times, A child born into a farmer's family was expected to be a farmer. Today, education allows that child to become a doctor or engineer, breaking caste and class barriers. Social stratification in the Western context. In Western countries, stratification is mainly based on social class rather than caste. Class system, people are grouped into upper, middle, and lower classes based on wealth, education, and occupation. Unlike caste, class is more flexible, people can move up or down the ladder through education, talent, and hard work. Example, a person from a poor family in the USA can become a millionaire entrepreneur through innovation and education. Role of education in both contexts. 1. Breaking barriers. In India, education helps people escape caste-based restrictions. In the West, it helps people move from lower to higher classes. 2. Promoting equality. Schools teach respect for all, reducing discrimination. Reservation policies in India ensure marginalized groups get equal opportunities. 3. Providing skills. Education equips individuals with knowledge and skills to get better jobs and improve social standing. In short, social stratification exists everywhere but works differently in India and the West. In India, it is more linked to caste and tradition, in the West, to class and wealth. Education is the most powerful tool to reduce these gaps and create a fairer society. Next important long question is: 4. Explain the role of education in a democratic society. Role of education in a democratic society. Meaning: democracy means a system where people have the power to choose their leaders, express their opinions, and participate in decision-making. But for democracy to work well, citizens must be informed, responsible, and respectful towards others. This is where education plays a key role. 1. Creating informed citizens. A democratic society needs people who understand their rights, duties, and the laws of the country. Education teaches these through subjects like civics, history, and political science. Example: a student who learns about the Indian Constitution will know about the right to vote and why voting is important. 2. Developing critical thinking. Democracy needs citizens who can think for themselves and not blindly follow misinformation. Education encourages discussion, questioning, and problem-solving. Example: in a classroom debate on environment protection, students learn to consider different viewpoints before making a decision, just like in real democratic discussions. 3. Promoting equality. Democracy stands for equal rights for all. Education breaks social barriers like caste, religion, or gender by teaching the value of equality and human rights. Example: mixed classrooms where boys, girls, and students from all backgrounds study together promote unity. 4. Encouraging participation. Education motivates people to take part in democratic activities like voting, community service, or public meetings. Example: colleges often hold student elections, helping young people understand the voting process. 5. Building tolerance and respect. In a democracy, people have different opinions, religions, and cultures. Education teaches respect for diversity and peaceful conflict resolution. Example: learning about different festivals like Eid, Diwali, and Christmas in school creates mutual respect among students. 6. Preparing future leaders. Democracy needs honest and capable leaders. Education develops leadership qualities through group projects, public speaking, and social service activities. In short, education is the backbone of democracy. It turns people into responsible, aware, and active citizens who can protect freedom and ensure fairness for all. Without education, democracy becomes weak. With education, it becomes strong and successful. Next important long question is 5. Describe the factors of social change and how education can act as an agent of change. Meaning of social change. Social change means a shift in the way people live, think, and behave in society over time. It can be slow or fast, and it can affect culture, values, traditions, and lifestyles. Factors of social change. 1. Technological factors. New inventions and digital tools change the way people work, communicate, and learn. Example, mobile phones and the internet have changed education through online classes. 2. Economic factors. Growth in jobs, industries, and income levels affects people's lifestyle and opportunities. Example, IT sector growth in India created new careers for youth. 3. Cultural factors. Beliefs, customs, and values shape social behavior, but they can also change over time. Example, acceptance of women working outside the home is now more common. 4. Political factors. Government policies, laws, and leadership influence social structures. Example, Right to Education Act in India made education free and compulsory for children. 5. Demographic factors. Population growth, age groups, and migration can lead to new needs in society. Example, urban migration created demand for better housing and transport. 6. Environmental factors. Climate change and natural disasters can force changes in lifestyle and policies. Example, awareness about pollution has led to eco-friendly habits. Education as an agent of social change. 1. Spreading knowledge and awareness. Education teaches people about their rights, duties, and social issues like gender equality and environment protection. 2. Promoting equality. Mixed classrooms reduce caste, religion, and gender barriers. Example, girls' education has reduced early marriage rates in rural areas. 3. Encouraging modern thinking. It replaces outdated customs with scientific and rational ideas. Example, education campaigns against child marriage changed attitudes in many states. 4. Skill development. It equips people with skills for new types of jobs, supporting economic progress. 5. Empowering communities. Educated people participate in decision-making and community development. In short, social change is driven by many factors, but education is the most powerful tool to make this change positive, fair, and long-lasting. It opens minds, removes inequalities, and helps society grow in the right direction.